what's up guys? I'm Harshita. I'm a final year MBBS student. Welcome back to my channel. This video is a continuation and a part 2 of the previous video which I had posted, that is all the life lessons which I learned in my hostel life. So if you have not watched the previous video, that is part 1 of it, do go and watch that video first and come up to this one. Without further ado, let's get started. So this life lesson is very underrated, but at the same time it's very important, especially for girls. Guys will not really feel much of a difference, but for girls it is very important, whoever live in like hostel, and that is independence and freedom. And when I say independence and freedom, I am talking in terms of driving. Now I know that a lot of girls, as soon as they reach like 18 or 19, their parents usually are not so supportive when it comes to like vehicles, driving and stuff, and not so encouraging, I have seen. But there are also a lot of parents which I have seen who are very supportive and literally teach their daughters how to drive a scooty, cycle, bike, car, everything. So after coming to hostel and after learning this skill of driving a scooty, it has opened a lot of opportunities for me. And I don't know, this very feeling I got as soon as I started driving scooty on my own. I don't know, but from my childhood, I was a decent, rider of cycle. Like my mom literally forced me out of my bed and taught me how to ride a cycle. After then, I never really got back to cycling. I was not really interested because 11th, 12th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th came in and forced to study 24 into 7. So after that, as soon as I came to like MBBS, I joined hostel. I saw that scooty or having a vehicle is a necessity than just a thing to show off or a thing for greed, because our college is like what, half a kilometer, I think, half a kilometer away from our hospital, like the teaching hospital in which like our college is attached. It's really far. So every day going to hospital, walking, is not something you will be excited about, right? Obviously there is bus facility available, but it's very limited. Like how many people can accommodate inside a bus? And for first years, scooty is absolutely not necessary, because all the practicals, everything which happens, it happens inside the college campus. But as soon as second year begins, having a vehicle is such a necessity. And I still remember that in my second year of MBBS, we used to literally walk daily, half a kilometer going, half a kilometer coming back from the hospital to our college after finishing our postings in scorching heat. Like the timings of our postings was 10:30 to 12:30, and in that mid afternoon, 12:30, 12 o'clock, like scorching heat of Koppal, in that heat we used to walk half a kilometer from our hospital and come back to our college. And again at 2 o'clock we had our classes, like the practical classes. So this was like the schedule for entire 1 year, like the entire second year of MBBS. I have struggled, especially during postings time. I used to literally run to get the bus, but the bus used to be always full, and even second trip also it was always full, and ultimately we had to walk. I'm not telling that it was very big problem, but it is something which is a necessity. Like having a vehicle has become like a necessity, especially if you stay in kind of my city type, like Koppal type of cities, then having a vehicle is absolutely necessary, because our college is in the city outskirts. And even if you want a stationary item, for example a pen, a pencil or anything, a notebook for writing exams. You have to have a vehicle, right? You just can't be like that. And no autos come, no public bus transport is there, nothing sort of it's there at our college gate. So you have to have a vehicle for sure if you want to survive in like our college, Kim's Koppal. Entire second year I did not have any vehicle, not only me, majority of my batchmates. And in second year actually I decided that I need to learn driving. I need to learn how to drive a scooty, because that is going to give me freedom and independence of going anywhere, wherever I want, whatever I want. I don't need to depend on anyone for anything. So I literally forced my best friend Madhu, and he some seniors scooty or my other batchmates scooty, and he came in daily. He taught me. We used to go for 1 hour, 2 hour driving sessions, and finally, like within a week, I think I learned how to drive a scooty. And trust me, this feeling you get after like driving scooty, I don't know how to like explain it. It's very, you get this absolute freedom feeling, absolute independence feeling. The wind just flows and you can feel the freedom, you can feel the independence. You don't have to sit behind anyone always. You can drive, you can go anywhere, wherever you want in the city for any necessities, anything. And this feeling I got in my second year hostel days was absolutely amazing. And I actually urge each and every girl watching this to be like learn how to, at least minimum basic skill is to learn how to drive a scooty. And bike and car is something secondary, but first and the foremost thing is cycle and then scooty. Bike to फिर भी ठीक है, it's your interest. Car is something which you can learn after learning scooty. Yeah, but driving, you should know at least any one vehicle to drive. You can't be like, I can't drive anything. I always need anyone, someone with me to go somewhere, right? You should always, compulsory, all girls watching this video, grab anyone, just force them that I want to learn. No matter what happens, I want to learn and I will learn. And trust me, after like 1 year of struggling without scooty, without a vehicle, in my third year, as soon as I completed second year, my parents got me my own scooty. And since then, since the third year, it's been amazing. Like better than second year, better than walking in that scorching heat. It's so frustrating to remember all those incidents, but yeah, it's amazing. Having a scooty, having your own vehicle gives you independence, and it's just unmatched, literally. So, the next life lesson which I learned being in a hostel is that your friend circle really affects your personality as well. So, I had a couple of roommates when I just entered MBBS, and I immediately got to know that my vibes don't match with them, and I changed them. Okay, and after that, again, I got to know that my vibes don't change with them, like my vibes don't match with them. Again, I changed it. I kept on changing roommates and roommates till I think even till final year also I was keep on changing roommates because I never felt the vibes with them. And to be honest, when I was in my first year and I had these roommates, no offense to anyone watching this video, but whatever they used to do, I used to like copy them. Like subconsciously, I started copy them. Like they used to spend so much of money on junk food, and I started doing the same. Whatever they used to do, I used to copy them. I don't know, I just wanted to become that cool girl in the batch. I wanted to, be that kind of cool girl who, like, everyone sees and admires. But after a certain point of time, I realized that this is not happening. Why am I changing myself? Why am I trying to become like someone else. Who am I? I'm not. I'm Harshita. I don't want to be like someone else. I want to be just me, right? That's the time when I realized that having a friend group or having a friend gang is good, but you should not lose your identity, your personal identity, and personal self respect and everything when you're in that friends group or gang. I'm not against having like friend groups or gangs, but at this point of time, I'm in my final year. I feel like having one single best friend, true best friend, is always better than having a group of fake friends or a fake gang of friends. This is like my always advice to anyone who asks about friendships in MBBS. The next life lesson which I learned by being in a hostel is that learning to say no. Now, I am someone who can get easily convinced. Anyone can convince me like really fast in my first year, but in these 4 years of staying in hostel, I have learned that it is sometimes very important to say no to people, and it is for your own benefit and your own sanity. Sometimes you will be forced to do some kind of things, sometimes you will be literally judged for whatever you do, and sometimes it will get really ugly between your batchmates, but at the same time you must always remember that why are you doing this, and why are you like, you should always remember that, is this person really important in your life? Has this person really treated you well in the past, or is he or she just using you up? So always treat people the way they treat you. I'm not at all in the favor of, no matter how people treat you, just be kind to them. No, nothing like that. Just be neutral. I'm not saying that if someone does negative to you, you also go and do negative to them. No, not at all. Just withdraw anything you have with them. I also did the same thing in third year, final year. I had a couple of friends, and as soon as I got negative vibes from them, as soon as I got to know that they are just using me, and there are some friends who just talk sweetly in front of you, but as soon as you go away, they start bitching about you, they start saying so much of negative things about you. I identified those friends in my third year and final year, fortunately, and I left them, and I started saying no to whatever they told, and that has actually improved my mental health a lot, and I am sane, my mental health is amazing, and I don't need toxic friendships. I just need one best friend in my life with whom I can share everything. I'm right now in this situation that even if I don't have any friends in my life, I'm okay with it. I have my family is always with me. I don't need friends. Like, friends are fine, friends are good, but are they really need? I still doubt. But if you have really true best friends, stick with them. If you ever feel that this is getting toxic, just leave. If you are in a place where your self respect is not being valued, your opinions, your thoughts, your words are not being valued, just leave from that place. You are not at all in the place where you're supposed to bloom, and if there a place where you're like, feeling free and you can talk anything and people are not gonna judge you, that place is like your place. And always try to identify such toxic people very early in your life, especially in MBBS, because things can get really ugly, and once you build attachment with them, it is very difficult to detach. So really identify such people and stay away from them as much as possible. The next life lesson which I have learned is that not all friends are gonna be with you till the end. This is like the golden rule of MBBS. I don't need to like expand it or explain it, I think, because so many of the NEET aspirants, so many of the first year MBBS students, they think that the friends they have made in first year or the roommates they have made in first year, they are going to stay with them till the final year or till the internship or till the graduation. Fortunately, this is not true. The roommates which you're gonna make, the friends you're gonna make in first year, they are not at all gonna be with you till the final year. There are very rare people in this world who are gonna stick with you till the very last moment. But there will be some people who will, just act like they'll be in touch even after like graduation, even after MBBS is over. But eventually everyone is gonna move into their lives and see into their lives instead of caring about you. So it's all about their own lives. But in the middle, if you find any friend who is like really caring for you, really appreciates you, and really puts in the efforts in talking with you without judging, stay with them. Really identify such gems, because MBBS friends are snakes. You might have heard this meme everywhere that MBBS friends are all like snakes. They are very selfish. Majority of them are selfish. I'm not telling each and every person will be selfish, but majority of them will be selfish. And this is the scene in not just my college but in other colleges as well, almost all MBBS colleges, even engineering, I guess. So yeah, in this whole world, in this whole ocean, in this whole forest of snakes, if you find even one single true best friend who truly cares and truly understands you and doesn't leave you even during your lowest of lowest times, then really identify them and start valuing them and keep in touch with them no matter what happens, because these people are really gems. And you are actually very grateful for having them in your life. And always don't keep in this delusion, don't keep these high expectations that the friends who are going to be with you in your first year will be the friends with whom you're going to be in final year or with whom you're going to graduate. That is completely false. That is not at all true. Friends are going to come, friends are going to go. You need to just have your focus steady. That is also one life lesson which I have learned after like joining hostel, is that the importance of family and family time, bonding with family and spending time with them. It can be very simple act also, like just cooking with your mother or just helping your brother with anything, or just asking help from your father, or just going out for a family get together in a restaurant or something, or going to any temple with your whole family. Just small things, spending time with your family. These are the golden times which will never come back. Your parents are also getting older as their age progresses. So this is the golden time. Spend as much time as you can with your family as well. Friends are also important. Spend time with your true friends. And yeah, these are all the life lessons which I learned being in hostel. I don't think I would have learned all these things while being a localite. I doubt. So this was all about all the life lessons which I have learned after joining hostel. I hope you like this. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. I'll meet you super soon in my next video. Until then, you know what to do. Stay happy and keep smiling.